Hey guys, Kelly here coming to bring you your little updates. If you guys want a more in depth one, make sure to check out your monthlies. They are good for the whole month. And don't forget, guys, I do have personal readings available. I put the link in the chat, it's also in the description. So, without further ado, Capricorn, your message right now is your mind is on your money and your passion in life. So it's you're definitely learning how to monetize a passion of yours while also remaining in love with it. Because what can happen, guys, is when you start out with like a hobby or a pastime, something that you just love to do, and you like share it with all your friends, but then you start to monetize it, turn it into a business. Everyone always thinks, "Oh, but I'll be doing what I love." There's a difference doing something when it's just for fun, it's your hobby, and then you have to start doing it in exchange for money. There's a complete different mindset that takes over, and instead of being something that you used to, like, be dying to go read the next book on, it becomes something that's like, "Wait, I have to do this. Does that mean I want to do this? Or does that mean, like, I have to do it? Oh my god, now it's a job." And then all those old limiting beliefs about what work means, what do you have to sacrifice before you can earn money, some of those can kick up. So, what you're going through is like learning how to rely on help from outside people, whether they are paid or unpaid. And you're learning how to love what you do, which is your passion, and monetizing it. I also definitely see an increase in your finances. There's definitely a way you're going about increasing your finances. I see the increase, but the way you're going about it is a little bit of like brute force, a little bit of like, I will make this happen. Universe, give me the way. So there's a little bit of like a demand in there. And when that's in there, that means there's also a little bit of entitlement. And there's a difference, guys, between entitlement and being a cooperative. Hi, Tammy. Hey, yeah, say hi if you're coming live. Say hello if you're catching the replay, guys. It's way more fun for me the more interactive you guys are. Um, so Capricorn, where were we at? Oh, there's a difference between being entitled to something from the universe, like, no, you will give me this. I did this scary step. You will give it to me. Entitled, childlike, instead of, I do expect results. And then law of attraction, build the momentum on it. Just like if I were to start walking an extra 3 miles a day, I would expect in time to lose weight. So as I put in diligent effort in doing this, I do expect to see results. Do you see that kind of difference in the mindset and the attitude there? So hold on, the spirit guides want to say something to you guys. So, Capricorn, we would invite you to just tap back into what is it that you love? Kelly was spot on when she opened with once you have a passion, a hobby that you then try to monetize, it can muddy the waters. And what used to bring you so much fun can become a source of obligation, lower vibe emotions. So, we would say this is about universe, inner being, guide me to showing me how to love this, maybe in a new way. I'm willing and open to see this in a new way, to turn back to loving it. I'm ready to love what I do for a living. Guide me. I'm willing to take new action. So, all of this way we're saying to view it ties beautifully in what Kelly was saying with don't tell us you will give me a way to love this. It's I want to love this. And since I'm a cooperative component with the universe and the universe wants me to have what I want, I do kind of expect to have a plan laid out before me that allows me to love this. So guide me. I'm willing to do my part. I'm willing to do my part. Guide me and open my heart to show me how to love this. Guide me and open my heart to show me what would you have me do? How would you have me do it? Where would you have me say it? And some of this we are borrowing from Amanda Francis, some of the words that we're giving to Kelly right now. But it's about opening up to I'm ready for a plan. I'm ready for a strategy. I'm ready to be guided to the routine to get me all the money results that I want. Because Capricorn, many of you are reawakening to that joy and that passion of life. Okay, and they're telling me to pull some clarifying cards on this guy. Yeah, it's about you're having like a reawakening of essentially just like loving life again. And it's loving life in a way instead of being like childlike and ideal like and showing up with that youthful optimism. It's you're showing up in a way where you allow yourself to be respected and loved. It's no longer either just like cherished and adored, loved, or you're like respected and admired. It's like you're learning how to balance and mix the both. Play between the two energies of I want to be the one to take the action to accomplish this versus I really love it when others take care of this for me. All of that is about asserting preferences to yourself. Even though I can do this, I love it when a man does it. Even though I can do this, I just love it when my friend does this. A lot of this Capricorn is about you guys returning back to this is what I love. This is what I like, aka a boundary. A boundary is a preference. I prefer this. Okay, so Capricorn, Taurus. And don't forget, guys, I am available for private readings. The link for that is in the description as well as the chat box. So, Taurus. Taurus, you got sex on your mind. um, okay, so Taurus, don't worry about your business right now and your money because it looks like a lot of what you've been doing you've been like kind of gaining a new skill set. Maybe you've been like learning how to day trade. Maybe you've been learning how to sell stuff on Etsy. Maybe you've been getting a certificate to earn more money, like a phlebotomist. But you know, guys, when you're going through a certificate program, when you're like 75% of the way through, you can be like, okay, come on, I know most of what I need to know. I just want to like earn the money for this already. So it's knowing that just keep up the consistent action and the good things will come. Because right now it's really about so rest assured the money will be coming. I mean, the best analogy to give is when you plant crops, you have and like the apple trees are big enough now that they're producing apples. You don't want to pick the apples when they're not ripe. You want to wait for them to ripen. So I don't see your money as immediate as I did see Capricorn, but like you're on the right path there. Okay. Um, there needs to be a little bit more. This is your intimate life is definitely popping up in this reading. Let me pull a clarifying card. Oh, it's choices about who you want to love and why you want to love them. It looks like you've got like a new lover in your mix that goes against the type of guys that you used to go with. So I don't think you're feeling that like attraction like that. When you're hit with wham, like, wow, that's a beautiful man, or like, wow, that's a beautiful woman. You don't get that kind of a hit from them, that physical attraction, but there's something that you find very satisfying about the relationship. Um, and all I can tell you is like what I hear, like, source the spirit guides saying is, oh, it's worthy of exploring whether they're the one or not. The biggest mindset shift we need for you, Taurus, is whatever your end goal relationship is, I am moving towards that. If this relationship is a stepping stone along the way, then it will be a peaceful, smooth transition, and my next relationship will come in very promptly and quickly. I will get all the clearing information I need to call in an everlasting lover if this is not the one. Because there's just a little bit of a fear of if I let this one go, will there be another one? If I let this one go, does it mean I won't get that forever lasting love that has a special twist to it? So do you see where we're going here? It's no matter what, I'm calling in that special everlasting love. And it's going to feel good on the journey to get there, whether I have a lover and fun along the way or I don't. Because there's a part of you that needs to just sink into I operate better when I'm cuddled every day. I operate better when I'm listened to and I have someone checking in on me. I operate better when tap into those preferences and just sink into them, knowing that the particulars of this relationship will sort themselves out for you to enjoy it, or it's going to give you all the clarifying information you need to call on the next one and just manifest the next one can come in swiftly, and that will help you enjoy this one even more. Um, okay, because it kind of looks like right now you on the human level are kind of trying to like spark that romance, spark that physical attraction. That's five of air, the unwise choice. Learn what you can from this situation. So I think it's more about admitting this isn't the typical person I go for, but there's something about them that like is calling me towards them. So I'm going to explore this because then you're at least in that vibration of like curiosity, that vibration of what draws me to them. And then you can kind of get that little bit of like authentic, I am attracted to this. I must discover why though. And then you can at least enjoy the journey to get there. Yeah, all I can say right now is the way you're like communicating with them is you're trying to like spark some sort of passion or spark some sort of attraction with them. But like what that's doing is it's kind of just giving you like a little bit of confusion, like a little bit of, normally when I communicate this way, like things go well and I get what I want, but you're kind of not getting everything that you want, even though you're doing what you used to do that got you what you wanted. Um, but you've got that chapter of your life, the previous way you used to date people is just over. It's not saying that you can't get a good quality woman or a good quality man, but it's that way of dating and approaching, interacting with, I don't want to say the opposite sex, but with people that you want to form a relationship with. That chapter is over. And then when you just admit it, okay, well, universe, show me the new way to relate to people. And I do want to love them. I do want to feel attracted to them. I do want to feel good about the relationship. Then you can admit, well, I still do want to feel this way while in relationship. Then you could be guided to it, guys. And just be open because sometimes I admitted, like, I want to feel this way, this way, this way. When I was younger, I was drawn to older men. And then as I was hanging out with older men, I'm like, wait, this is not giving the same feeling it used to. And I went, okay, inner being, I want to feel this way. And like now all of a sudden younger men are becoming very attractive to me. And I'm like, oh, I do actually still kind of feel that way. So you got to be like a little open to the norm of who you're dating and drawn to be a little mixed. Oh, and there's a little part of you. The reason why you're trying to like force and spark that passion with them is you're just a little worried that there'll be nothing there. But again, if you go back to that curiosity of, even though this isn't my normal type, I'm attracted to them, so I'm very curious why. I want to learn why. You're either going to learn something about yourself that's going to give you the clarity for the final relationship to come in, or you're going to be like, oh, this is what I find attractive about them. All right, I could do this for the rest of my life. This is great. I don't care about the rest. And last little bit that I could think to say for you, Taurus, is, well, don't forget I have personal readings available. But it's not about your main partner meeting all of your needs. You know, one of my girlfriends is married and her husband just does not ever think of like romantic shit. He's bought her flowers like twice in their 7 or 8 year relationship. I'm oftentimes on her birthdays, I feel called to buy her flowers on her birthday. So she still gets that, oh, I got flowers. And when it was like Mother's Day and she was giving and the day she was giving birth to her baby, I didn't think to get her flowers. I was like, oh my God, so silly of me. I didn't think to get her flowers. Um, Different, her mom sent her flowers one time, and on Mother's Day, her friend from California, different, I live in Tennessee right now, sent her flowers. So guys, it's just when you sink in to admit this is my preference, the universe can get that need met in multiple ways without making you have strife or anything with your primary partner. Okay, so now we're on to Virgo. Virgos, I am available for private readings. That is in the description as well as in the chat. So if you're coming live, say hello. It's way more fun if you guys are interactive. If you're watching the replay, let me know. Even if it's not live, just say, hey, watched it, thanks, or thumbs up or something. Okay, so Virgo. Virgo, what I can say is you're going to feel extremely disappointed if you don't reach out to a person from your past and like authentically express that they made you happy. That's a very specific message. Um, and it's something about the way the person was, how they spoke. Oh, you just felt so loved by them. You felt like it wasn't just about your money or your career status. You felt like they just genuinely loved you. And that's why you're so drawn to them. And it's just, it kind of looks like you just didn't have the time to make that connection worthwhile or sparked. It seems like this is a very specific message. It seemed like they're not understanding, here's my ambition, here's the direction I want to take my career. They're asking too much out of me. You're on this side and they were on this side with the, you're not giving the relationship enough so that it could survive. So you viewed it as they were trying to like take you away from your mission, which was like for you guys, right? Like if I hit the success in whoever I'm with, so you were like, you should be supporting me more, but they were like, I want to support you. I still need like a little bit more. So like think of it like a fire. If you throw all the wood in at once, it will just go up in flames and like be done quickly, right? But if you don't tend the fire, it will go out. And so that's what was going on. And like, frankly, that's why like none of your relationships have worked out, Virgo, because you haven't learned how to quite like tend to the relationship with enough energy. So they all, from your point of view, seem like false starts. I just didn't find the one. Being blunt, how old are you? And guys, I just swallowed the same advice. I was like, "Wait, I'm how old and I haven't found the one yet? Maybe there's something about me I need to like change, rethink, recognize what do the type of people I want to date want in a partner?" And I also think like, how am I going about dating and picking people? Maybe that needs to be updated. So you haven't gotten the type of love you wanted yet. So it's kind of time to like honestly, yeah, rethink it. And you're getting the communication card. This past person, it's worth the call with them. It will either clear the air to give you peace of mind, and it will give you that little bit of, I did try everything. But the message is very firmly stating you need to approach it with the happiest I've ever been was with you. What could I have done differently to have made you enjoy the relationship more or want to stay in it? And get specific, like, you might have to coax it out of them because I don't know where their communication skills are at, but, like, what could I have specifically done? Would you have wanted more daily phone calls? How long would you have wanted those phone calls to be? How much connection would you have wanted from me? Would you wanted to, like, eat a meal at home? Would you wanted to be taken out? Like, try to get specific because Virgos, all that's going on is you felt they wanted more out of you, and you always thought it would be too much more than you could handle, so you're always slapping it down. But if you get like, oh, they just wanna, like, cuddle in the morning for, like, 10 minutes and hear about my day, like, what I'm gonna do, okay, and then I can go do my thing. When I come back home, they just wanna, like, hear about how my day was so they can feel that connection to me. Okay, I could share some things. I could share some things about my clients. I could share some things about my coworkers, like, "Oh, it was my coworker's birthday today. It was, they brought in cake and all that fun stuff today." Maybe your person only wanted that little bit so they could feel that connection and to, like, know what was going on in your day so that they could support you a little bit more. Like, "Oh, you had a rough day? Okay, babe, let me make you your favorite meal." We can tell you, Virgo, hear the last part we said. This person was looking for a way to connect with you more and to be able to contribute to your life, but they didn't know how to do that without knowing how you felt. There was a little bit of you demanding, I just need this one thing from you. From your point of view, it was this is all I needed. Why can't you? This is all I needed. Just like make it simple. You were trying to simplify it, but the other person needed to be heard. And if all it takes is 5, 10, 15 minutes max of talking about your day or asking about their day and listening, and then you could have had what you wanted, like, doesn't seem like a bad price, Virgo. It's worth the call. Yeah, they just keep really saying it's worth the call. You're gonna be surprised at how much it uplifts you and actually fuels you to go make money. And you're actually gonna be surprised with like how generous with your time you actually do want to be with this person. Yeah, and it's really gonna make like you at a soul level peaceful, happy, content. I don't know if I'll say the word happy, but it's going to make you look forward to life again. If you, at a bare minimum, clear the air with this person, best case scenario, there is a good chance of reconciliation. Um, okay, so Cancer. Cancer, if you'd like a personal reading, that is available in the description box or in the chat. So, guys, the people who are watching live, what signs are you? Have your messages already happened? Like, tell me, guys. Okay, so Cancer. Wow, you've got a lot of change. You got the Empress, the Wheel, the Death card. The Death card is just that ultimate internal, emotional, personal growth Death card. It's like going from high school to out of high school. It requires a completely different you, a different version of you to show up. The Wheel is like you manifested this change. So sometimes, guys, when I was the tarot card reader, when I first started out, that didn't even feel worthy of money for it, that was a different person than the person who charged $25, than the person who charged 75, than the person who charged 200, than the person who, wait, I could even do more than tarot. I can channel spirit guides. I can channel crossed over loved ones. I'm a medium. And oh, I could also channel your spirit guides. That's a different rate and that's a different person who shows up to the phone calls. So if you're manifesting, I want to be able to charge more or I want to be happily married, sometimes you have to go through the inner transformation to become the different person that allows it in. And it's recognizing that you wanted this. Yeah, not only did you want this, but you've been putting in a lot of work for it. You definitely just weren't prepared for the death card. Let me explain it to you a little bit more, guys, because kind of like what can happen. And the best way to explain this is actually with an example. I used to live in San Francisco, California. I loved being a California girl. The sun, the fruit, everything about it. So like diverse people there. God, the food's so good in California. Um, but I wrote this list. Universe, I want to live somewhere where I could get to work in 30 minutes. I want to live somewhere where I can get to three friends in 30 minutes. I want to live somewhere where I can get to three hikes within 30 minutes on the weekends. I assumed it was just going to draw me to like a different part of town to live in, or was going to manifest in like a job really close to me. Instead, it took me from California to Tennessee, but I've been here for 9 years and I'm just starting to sink into, oh my God, I think I do like it here. So it took me a while to like go through the death process of letting go of the old image of me, letting go of that old way of life. And like, I'm just starting to embrace, like, I think I like living here. Um, and so with that, the wheel, especially the wheel when you deliberately manifest this choice, I had to say goodbye to a lot of friends. I had to willfully close down that chapter of my life to experience the type of living that I experience out here. That grief is part of that. Sadness is part of that. Doubt, did I make the right choice? Am I going to settle in there very well? Am I like that's part of it. And that's what can sometimes make it hard and make you get in this loop where you're like stalling either the acceptance of living here, right? Or you're stalling the allowing in of your next step. And you got the death card clarified by the strength. This is where you have to remember that anytime you manifest something, there's always that wobble until you're solidified. When I took my 3-year-old niece on her first hike and we walked away from the car, she's like, "What is this?" Because she's never been in mud. She'd always been like at home or at daycare. She's like, "What is this?" I'm like, "Oh, it's called dirt." She's like, all these trees. I went, "Oh, it's a forest." I had to teach her a lot. And she was, "Oh my God, this is a lot of new." As we walked down the path, she was like, "Why is it so small?" Because she's used to just being in wide open rooms, right? And she wasn't even fully verbal yet, but it's obvious what she was saying to me. But when we got far enough down the trail, when once we turned a little more, she went to see the car. She was like, "I'm scared." And I went, "I can understand why you're scared, honey. This is something new. Sometimes you got to try something 3 times before you feel confident in doing it." So it's okay to sometimes feel a little like, whoa, a little like, unsure when you do it. But you got to do it 3 times. The first time is when you feel super unsure. The second time, you're like, okay, maybe I got it. The third time, you're like, okay, I got it. Now let me see, do I actually like it or not? There's a difference between whoa and fear. Fear, like when you're asked to be and ride a big O aggressive horse, that's a no. But oh my God, do I know how to ride a horse? I'm not sure. That's different. Sometimes you have to lean into and embrace that wobble. It's like another analogy I can give you is when you're walking on sand at a beach, when you're walking on concrete or a parking lot on your way to the sand, the first couple steps you do on the sand, you do kind of whoa as you walk until you get some strides and you're like, oh, I get how to walk in sand now. Or when you buy a new car. When I got this new car, the first 2 months, I was hitting every like bump so rough until I learned how to adapt my driving to the new car. So same thing, guys. So it's kind of like I'm adjusting, I'm acclimating, I'm getting used to the new way. I'm rewiring. I'm figuring out how to discover this new way. I'm acclimating. You got to do those kind of like reassuring vibes right now. It will be worth it and be okay. Make peace with the fact that you did choose a slower path to the unfoldment of this manifesting. Yeah, once you make peace with the fact that, well, it's not make peace with, it's like once you own, I get it. This was a big change for me. I get why I took my time manifesting this. That's going to get that deliberate, empowered. I did manifest this, and now I'm ready for the pace to pick up. If you don't own that, you're going to have a tower card moment instead of a wheel. A wheel is where I am choosing to do this. Let me embrace this whoa moment and move forward. And this is step 6, law of attraction, guys. Step 1, you do the ask. Step 2, oh, and my law of attraction course is on sale right now. If you want that, just comment. I think I might have a link to it in the description. It's like $200 off. It's only $97 right now. Or like write a comment if it's not there and I'll get you the link. Step 1, you got to do the ask. This is what I'd like. Step 2, the universe does their job and starts aligning stuff for you. Step 3, you have to receive the impulse for the next action step for you to take, or you have to be willing to receive it when it comes to you. Step 4, you get so good at receiving that it's ask, receive, ask, receive, ask, receive. Step 5 is when you feel that vibrational contrast. How do you navigate it so that you still stay in the flow and still manifest? Yes, you can manifest while you still feel bad. Step 6 is where you accept that you're human and you're not going to be perfect and you embrace, I want this thing and I have resistance and I still want this thing. I'm moving towards it. There is so much power in that because anything new you manifest in your life is going to have that wobble and that uncertainty and that unsure. So when you go, this is normal to feel unsure, let's go, right? So you can have the wheel moment, or you're going to have you get your vibes so high and then you just have those moments where you fall on the floor, you're crying, sobbing, releasing resistance, and you get it anyway. It's like, which way do you want to get there? Right? Because it's kind of just seem like one way or another, it's going to come in Cancer. You will be very emotionally fulfilled when it comes in. You got the success card. Um, so you're going to love it. You're going to feel emotional fulfillment and you're going to feel success, accomplished, achievement. I did it. There is going to be, it looks like, even though you took like the long way to get there, when you get there, you're going to be, yay, I did it. I feel so good. And your life is going to take on a more emotionally fulfilled feeling in life. We are going to have oh, I thought I'd want to like enjoy this longer. You're going to kind of like move on to a next manifestation quickly. Or if you don't move on quickly, you'll be like, that was it. No matter what, though, it's going to be good for you, Cancer. Okay, so Pisces. This is Pisces part of the read. Everyone's being shy. No one's commenting, saying hello or what sign they are. Pisces. If I am available for personal reads right now, the link for that is in the description as well as in the comments right now. I would love to give you guys a reading. Okay, so what does Pisces need to hear? Well, Pisces, and don't forget, guys, I did the monthly means last all month. There's so much information in all of those to take you through the whole month for your personal growth, your soul level spiritual growth. So don't forget that those exist. Right now, though, you're kind of like mini message. I like to come live and do a Monday. Is you just seem at a very like a little nostalgic of the past, a little like, I used to really like that. I used to really like that. That used to bring me joy. I wonder why I don't feel as happy as I used to. I know I'd like to feel it happy again. It's like you're not searching for the deeper meaning of life. It's more like you're it's like you're unaware that you're searching for what's the new thing that will bring you joy because the old things that brought you joy just like aren't doing it for you anymore. So if you guys are older than 35, just be aware that your needs, your wants, like do change. Um, so sometimes you have to like rediscover what they are. You used to like to go out and do. When you're like 35, you more want to stay home. You more want to call people over for like board game night. You more want to call people over for like just good party dinners, like dinner parties at your own house. So just become aware that like what you want to do shifts and change. Can you like keep up to speed with who you are today and discover the new? If you would take the time to like recognize that everything from your past that you're looking back for and having that nostalgic memory, you're going to have two choices. You can either go, I used to be so happy. I guess this is as good as it gets. Or you can recognize that your inner being is calling you that memory just to tap you into that emotion that you felt to give you a starting point for universe. I felt so much joy when I was doing XYZ in the past. What's the thing now that will bring me that same level of joy? When I used to do that, I used to feel invigorated and nimble and flexible. What's the new way I can feel invigorated and enthusiastic about life? Um, yeah, because if you don't switch to that, what's the new way I can feel that now? You're going to stay at a place of, I just need to balance my emotions. I just need to do breath work and get through this. So you're going to stay at this place of like, I just need to calm and mellow my emotions. Eventually, you're going to have to get to, okay, what are some new fun things that I can do now? So it's really just like keeping up to speed with who you are today and like discovering what the new you likes essentially. That was short and sweet. Okay, so Scorpio, I am available for private reads. The link is in the description or in the comments. Ooh, Scorpio. Oh, well, don't give up. It kind of, God, I hate giving bad messages. Don't give up defending your beliefs. Don't give up thinking that what you want is too much to ask for. Don't fall into that. You're just asking the wrong person. A fish can't ask a bird to come fly with me. The fish will die. So, but that doesn't mean that asking for someone to fly with you is unreasonable. So what you want is very reasonable. It just might be the other person is like not compatible for it. Whether it's a relationship or whether it's asking for a pay raise. You know, I my first job out of college, I was always, well, I want to become a VP. I want like to earn this kind of money. And they would just look at me and go, Kelly, we're a 6-person company. What are you gonna be a VP of? And like it didn't click on to me until like 2 years later. I was like, oh, this company isn't small and isn't big enough for my career ambitions. If I want that, I have to leave. Right. So that was just incompatibility, but it was a great workplace. Love them, love the boss. Um, so what you want is definitely worth pursuing. But it's kind of like wake up and recognize the situation you're in right now is never going to meet that need, is never going to meet what you want, just isn't going to give you what you want. So it's kind of like quit acting like there's nothing you could do. You just got to admit that your current reality is not it and then be open to going through the change and the transformation to go get it. Wow, these are like coming quick for the water signs, man. They're a little brutal for you guys. Yeah, what I can tell you is once you admit that like this is not it, that's not going to work with this person, it's not going to work with this company, you got the chariot card upright. So that means it's gonna quickly move into action to get there. As an example I can give you, when I left, I think it was my second job, I was like, "Universe, I need travel. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. They need me to be the office admin here too and just answer the door when people come in, but I want travel." Um, and I want to be making like 20K more. When I just admitted it and went, "I'm never gonna get what I want from this job," even though I loved working there. Oh, it was so cool. It was quickly change your resume, go watch this negotiation video, practice in the mirror. And then I applied. And even when I was working there, I was like, oh my God, there's so many red flags with these people. I'm not working here. My inner being was like, no, they're gonna let you travel. And when you're traveling, you're not gonna have to deal with them because they'll be in the office, you'll be out and about. I was like, "Oh." Took the job and I went traveling 2 years from California to Maine and back by myself. And this was before work from home was like the norm. I was a trendsetter. Um, And again, when I came back from the 2 years traveling and I landed there, it was, "Oh my god, I don't wanna live in San Francisco anymore. I want a place that had, like, 30 minutes I can get to work, 30 minutes I could have 3 friends, 30 minutes I could have 3 awesome hikes." Within a day or 2, I had the job interview for out here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. In a day or 2, they were flying out to San Francisco for another conference, and they made time to meet me. So, like, it can quickly happen once you just admit, "Oh my god, this is what I want, and this is not gonna give me what I want." It will swiftly roll in, and when you're enjoying the new, you're, like, not gonna care what you're leaving behind. Of course, you'll feel, like, a little sad, right? But you'll be enjoying the new. Okay, so Aries, this is for you and Aries. I am available. Concha's here. Taurus. Hey, I did Tauruses. I don't remember the read. I think it was pretty good, though. Don't worry about I'm just gonna look up. Oh, and there was actually a lot about your love life in there, Concha. You would like it. Um, you were the second read. Go to minute 540. That's when your read was. Okay, but Aries. Aries, I am available for personal readings right now. The link is in the description as well as in the comments. Would love to do a reading for those of you who are called. Well, Aries, you want there to be more like give and take, more of an equal feel of like give and take and balance in your relationships. And you're definitely on a path of like opening up to the most loving version of yourself. And you can be a man or a woman in this. You're really open. You got the Queen of Water clarified by the Knight of Water. You're really waking up to recognize the significance and the value of close relationships. And that like love and romance matter, and doing things just to delight the other person also really matters. Like you're definitely at a place where you're realizing relationships is what's going to make me happy right now. There is a little bit of a pull. You don't have to reconciling, and not necessarily reconciling to get back in their lives, but just a little bit of like a closure talk or a little bit like, hey, I'm sorry for how I used to treat you. It will bring you a sense of peace. It's not a major part of your reading though, but that is in there with the Knight of Water. Um, yeah, it actually will bring you 2 so much closer together. You're gonna experience a lot of compassion from the other person if you're willing to apologize, and it's just gonna be like this deep sense of understanding of this is what humanity's all about. Like, I get it, and you're gonna feel like a little bit of a warm embrace from them. And it looks like they're gonna apologize a little bit too for some stuff they did, unexpected, what you don't think they necessarily owe an apology for. But when you hear it, you'll be like, "Oh, that's cool." Um, and you're also gonna hear from them like, "Hey, yeah, and even though like you did say it kind of mean, I actually took what you said to heart, and here's how my life has like benefited from that." Which will definitely make you feel like a good person again. It's kind of like you're really looking for meaning and purpose in life that doesn't come from career, and you are looking just to feel like a decent, good human person again. Yeah, and it's almost like there's a persona that you've built up that you feel like you can't let go of it because you want to have success from it. If you God, if you do call this person, it will be able to like kind of close it up, and you'll be able to go, "Oh, this is what humanity's all about." And you can like adopt the new persona to still make all your money. If you don't call them, Oh, if you don't call them, you will manifest in a new love. What I can tell you, the new love will just feel scarier and take a little bit longer and more time than if you just call this old person to make peace with. Um, if you go with the manifesting a new love instead of just like calling someone, there is going to be a little bit of a I insist on balance. Um, it's really up to you. I get that calling an old person can you have to like swallow some pride. But with the new person comes all that fear, comes all that if you don't learn your lesson with that person, you're gonna have to manifest in another new person. And it's just gonna feel very like stoic, very like, no, you have to tell me how you're feeling, otherwise this won't work. So it's just gonna feel a little like chug force, chug force. But you won't have to swallow your pride if you go with the new person. So it's like totally up to you. Um, Aries, what we will say is that it's worth it because you're gonna find internal peace in knowing that you weren't a bad person. It's gonna give you peace with, "I am a good person." So that's a little bit of a nudge to make peace with the old person, at least a call of, "Hey, I'm sorry," reconciliation. If you don't choose that, then at least use those as, "No matter what, I'm ready to feel like a good person. I'm ready to feel like a good person and a decent human being. I'm ready to let go of myself for how I used to act in relationships, and I'm ready to see myself in a new light." You can either call the person or you could do the manifesting work to get there. They're saying that's our wish for you to hear. And they're saying pull 3 more cards for you guys. Yeah, it's like you're ready to take off and enjoy life with people. Like you're kind of tired of traveling alone. You're kind of tired of being that lone wolf, like Mr. Mrs. Independent. And you're like, I want to start having more fun in life. And it involves fun people. And you're kind of not going to care or pain about them. I can tell you it's not family. Your family's always gonna be important, but it's about time of, like, manifesting your new chosen family. If you keep focusing on your family, visiting your family, going out, going back to family, going out, family, go by myself, going out, it's gonna cause you to go into hermit mode. And Aries, what we can say about that is that if you go into the hermit mode, you're literally just delaying the growth that we laid out before you, whether you choose to manifest in a new love or call the old person. You're going to get the growth one way or another. It's if you want to do it now, try to do it on your own and get the growth later. It's really up to you. Wow, Aries, that was a deep one. That's funny. What you're reading was funny, Concha. Did you go back and read Taurus or this one? What's the sign of your man? Okay, we are now on to Leo. So we're on Leo right now. And Leo, if you would like a personal reading, the link to book that is in the description as well as in the chat box right now. I would love to do a reading for those who are feeling called. Um, Leo, don't let a past disappointment or a past hurt in love keep you from voicing that you like this new person. Because it is kind of time to like, you got the Fool card in love. Um, yeah, and it's like just admitting that old relationship wasn't worth investing in. Because right now it's kind of like, hold on, before I go all in on a relationship again, I'm gonna like sit back and like see how it goes. I'm gonna sit back and see if they're investing too. What that's doing is it's putting your energy at like a 70, 80% instead of 100%. And so what the other person's picking up on is, do they like me? Do that? I could tell that they like me, and okay, I'm gonna give this time and like see how they feel. Maybe they're just shy and need time for their emotions to open up. It's just gonna keep you guys kind of in this. Do they like me? Do that? And it's you're doing that because of a past hurt, and it was because you gave so much to it. You went like all in on it. And guys, like what I can share, especially for my people older than 35, like I lost that youthful optimism. No, youthful optimism is now you have like wisdom and discernment. So now it's universe, show me how to feel optimistic and enthusiastic about love again. And it's like, can you like fully give that love to the other person without expecting anything in return? But now you have wisdom and discernment. So the youthful optimist person be, oh, they just need this, and they'll keep giving. Now you'll be, I did that because I love doing that for people, and they might just be having a bad week. You'll give them like a week, and then it'll be, oh, no, they're actually just not interested. But you got to be willing to give it that all in. You got to be willing to say, like, hey, I've actually really been enjoying our conversations with you. I can't help but think, what if we did try to be more than friends? I don't know. My mind went there. And it just made me realize, like, I think you're kind of cute and we do vibe well. We have this and this and this in common. I don't know. What did you think? If they go, oh, no, I'm just friends, you're like, oh, okay, right. Yeah, you're right. I just had that little bit of a thought. Like, you could play it off, guys. Yeah, I just had that thought. Like, yeah, you're right. We're good friends. But then you'll at least know that you tried, that you turned that page. So then you can just enjoy the friendship and manifest in someone new. That might also be what they needed to hear. Like, oh, did you? I was kind of thinking the same. I am kind of curious. And then the more shy one or the more nervous one, it's gonna be like, oh my god, ha ha ha. But then you always know, like, oh, they just needed to like hear that I was interested in them. Um, yeah, it looks like there was a little bit of a conflict over the pace and how it should unfold. That's why you were both a little. So no matter what, Leo, it's kind of worth it to just at least hint, like, dude, I just had the thought the other day, like, what if you and I had what if we gave it a shot? Like it's worth it. That's all I can say, Leo, is it is worth it. Okay, so Sagittarius, I am available for private reads right now if you would like more details and information. And don't forget the monthlies apply all month. They're full of your personal growth and your spiritual growth for the whole month. Um, Sagittarius, you're like wiffle waffling on a decision, and it's your wiffle waffleness that's causing the internal torture. You kind of just gotta like make up your mind, make a decision, and okay, so guys, like what happens after like high school, college, especially in like first world countries, is life does become like a choose your own adventure thing. So there can be, before you're like, I have to go to high school, I have to do this, right? And so what happens is after that, when you don't have society telling you what you have to do, You can't get in that, well, I don't know what to create. I guess it's as good as life gets. I guess I just need to learn to be happy with what I've got. If that's where you're at, it's more of a, no, you know what? I do want to start traveling internationally. And then there are always going to be pros and cons. There's always going to be high vibe emotions around something and low vibes. So this is called making a decision and lining up with it. I can choose to date guy A. I can choose to date guy B. If you stay in this like, which one? I don't know which one will make me happy. You're going to lose them both. Or it can be, this guy's more romantic. This guy's more financially secure. So when you're with this guy, it's make the decision, line up and go, well, he is romantic. He opens all my doors. He'll get me flowers. Line up with the house you live in. It's okay because to me, it really means a lot when he holds my hands when we walk, blah, blah, blah. Or go, yeah, this guy doesn't buy me flowers. He's not romantic, but I really like the house we live in and I like how hard he works. So it's you got to like make that decision and line up with it and go, universe, show me how to enjoy this the best that I can. Um, Once you kind of go, this is what I want to do, fully recognizing that you could try it one, two, three times and then decide you want something else. So it's recognizing that you can always create something different that will allow you to line up with this and just allow it and allow it in. And when you do that, this is what I want to experience next. This is what I want to explore next. Show me how to enjoy it more. Show me how to make more money doing it. Show me how to make more friends while doing this. Show me how to feel more loving in doing this. Show me how to feel more enthusiastic while doing this. It's like manifesting is like a recipe, right? Sometimes when I start manifesting a guy to date, I'll get a guy and I'll be like, whoa, okay, he was great for all these reasons. He came in a little too strong. Then another guy came in. I was like, oh, okay. He was like the little bit more fun and adventure I wanted. He wasn't quite as strong. You know what, universe, though? I need to feel more peace and calm from them, though. Boom, the third guy comes in. So you can always create new as long as you like stay in alignment, always clarifying your new preference. You're just going to get this found sense of confidence in your manifesting Sagittarius if you learn to make a decision and line up with it. Okay, so Gemini, this part is for you. And don't forget, Gemini, I am available for private reads right now. The description for that, or the link for that is in the description or in the comment section. And I'm really glad, Yoga with Concha, that you liked that read. Okay, so Gemini. Gemini, you got new love, man. Well, it may not be new love, but you're definitely going, it's like, what's the Ace of Waters? That's when you go, oh, that hottie checked me out too. So it's going to be that like mutual attraction. You've hit a cycle of, I know how to enjoy life on my own and I am happy on my own, the world, the full completion, and I would be happier with a relationship. It is about being happy on your own and admitting that, but with a relationship, I'll be happier. Guys, when you're getting cuddled, when you're getting that good old physical intimacy, well, everyone's going to be different, right? I know for me, I'm happier when I'm cuddled and have physical intimacy. I'm just a happier person. And that's not something I can do. I can't, like, I can hold, this isn't cuddling. It's not feeling that energy of two people, you know? And like, sure, I can hold my little monkey. And that even feels better than hugging myself. But come on, that's not being cuddled. It's not being held. That's not feeling someone's hands run through your hair. That's not feeling someone's hand run up and down your back. So your message is super sweet, Gemini. It's like, just admit that you will be happier with love and a partner in your life. Okay, so Libra, I am available for private reads right now. The link for that is in the description or in the comment box. Well, Libra, you don't have a happy, happy, joy, joy message. It's like you can't embrace this recent change in your life because you're worried about money. And some chapter of your life came to a close and it's over. And you're not being able to embrace the new because you're too worried about money. So this is where it's got to be Show me how to enjoy this, universe. Show me how to feel better around money. Guys, what a lot of people get wrong about manifesting, they think it's just about the car, the vacation, the one-time manifestations. Manifesting and law of attraction is an emotional navigation system. You can manifest emotional states and emotional things. Show me how to feel better about this. And you guys know that when you're high vibe, you get it in. So manifest the high vibe. Universe, show me how to feel better on money. Show me how to feel more stable in money. You know, all this turmoil in my life right now, this transition I'm in. So show me how to enjoy. Well, wait, if you're at a place of fear of money, you don't want to say enjoy. You want to say, show me how to feel more stable in money. Show me how to feel more secure in my life right now. I'd like to feel more secure. I'd like to feel more calm and stable. I'd like to feel easier around the topic of money. I'd like to feel lighter around the topic of money. Guide me to that because I'd like to feel better around the topic of money. Yeah, I can tell you when you learn to like manifest emotional states, that's when your relationships are going to get better too. Show me how to have a peaceful conversation with this person. Show me how to have peaceful conversations with people, whether this person's the one or not. Yeah, and that's when you're going to get to the nine of earth. You literally go from like a horrible read, nothing's going well, I'm so worried, I'm so scared, I'm so stressed, to the unity, upright major arcana card, the nine of earth, enjoying life, queen of fire, you're passionate and confident once you learn how to manifest emotional states. Yeah. And just whatever that chapter is that ended in your life, you kind of got to take a little ownership of like, I was ready for it to be over too. Even if they were the ones to close the door, like, yeah, even though they were the ones to say it, and like now I'm feeling insecure because of them and what they did, you're gonna stay in that place. They did this to me. Instead of going, you know what? I really didn't want to be there. I was just unprepared for the financial scarcity that would come up. I'm ready to feel better about that universe. Once you start to learn to manifest emotional states, that's when life is going to get significantly better for you, Libra. Okay, so this is for Aquarius. And Aquarius, I am available for private reads right now. The link for that is in the description as well as in the comment box. And my Law of Attraction course is on sale right now, guys. I think there's a link for that in the description, but it's normally $297. It's only $97 right now. So if you want to manifest all 5 steps of Law of Attraction, it's for the beginner and the intermediate person. The beginner who knows nothing about manifesting, how to ask for an ask and the way the universe can actually deliver it, how to get into alignment and high vibe on a topic, no matter how low vibe you are on it. I break down each of the steps. And for those people who you're intermediate on manifesting, you sometimes manifest, you sometimes don't manifest. It's good for you too. Thank you for the Aries reading. I tried to reach out to him, Cancer, but he's chosen not to respond. Ooh, let me do a quick little for C-Habs. Um, your life is going to pick up from you even having to being willing to reach out. The example I'm being guided to share with you is I had a fight with an old boss, and it was an indirect fight. It wasn't a verbal fight. It was just like a administrative kind of like administrative paperwork fight. Um, and I took off and traveled. When I came back, I was guided to call him. He did pick up, and he was like, if you want to talk to me, I need you to email me. And he like hung up. What that did though is I sent an email and he was just like, hey, I don't really want to be in contact. It is nice to know that like you're alive and you're doing well. And I went, okay. I was like, well, just want to let you know, like, there's peace between us now. You're not gonna hear anything else from me. He like relaxed and let go and it loosened up the energy for us to like both move on peacefully. So just the fact that you like called is gonna loosen up your energy. um, okay, but I do have to be a little blunt, C-Habs. When you approached it, you were approaching it with an agenda to get something out of it, to get an ideal end goal. And it's kind of like, I'm going to use the heterosexual stereotypical example. If a guy goes on a date and he's trying to get laid, he's not going to get laid, right? He's like, oh, it's just so obvious he was there to get laid. But if a guy's like sitting back going like, yeah, like you are gorgeous. I would love to feel like what you're like in between the sheets. Like, maybe play your cards right. Which guy's gonna get laid? Right. So it's when you call with the agenda, and the spirit guides want to clarify. It's calling with the agenda to make peace. It's calling with the agenda to loosen up energy. It's calling with the universe. I would like peace of mind and clarity of mind. I would like an example we can give you is Kelly is having this split between should I live in Chattanooga still or should I take off and travel the world? Universe, she manifested the emotional state. I need help with lining up with my decision and what to do next. We're guiding her to go visit San Francisco. So conscious she will be out soon ish. And she knows she's like, I'm going to go there and I'm either going to find complete peace and line up with I love Chattanooga, or I'm gonna go there and be like, "Oh my god, I need to experience new things." She knows she's gonna be able to line up with the decision. So there was a little bit of, I'm gonna call so they get a chance to apologize, or so I get a chance to apologize instead of, I wanna feel better. We need a little bit, see Habs, what we need from you is to, what are you moving towards? Are you moving for lining up with the decision for where you live or what to do next in your life? Are you, and they're asking, do you understand with you're not giving that like next step of what you want in life? Oh, what I can tell you though is you even reaching out, it's opening you up. It's kinda almost like it's a, fine, if that door is closed, you're gonna be like, "I need something else to feel good about then." But okay, Habs, do you got any questions, comments before I go back and finish Aquarius? Thank you for the pause, Aquarius. In fact, I'm gonna do a different time stamp for Aquarius. I'm probably gonna give you like 10 seconds to write a comment before I go back to the scheduled reading. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so Aquarius, you are actually at 5640. Aquarius. Okay, so Aquarius. Aquarius, you're kind of being called to be a little bit more generous with your money in a way that feels aligned with you. It's kind of admitting that being a little more open with money is going to bring more fun into your life right now. It's almost as if you're trying to teach someone a lesson or like maybe trying to get them to grow up or something. Um, but instead of what it did is it killed a lot of your fun. Yeah, but just kind of admit, you know what? I do want to have a little more fun. I want to feel a little more generous. You could have good boundaries with the person, like, "Hey, look, I wanna do this thing with you, but here's the things that I'm comfortable with spending money on." Because it kinda looks like the other person just wasn't sure what was okay with you and what wasn't. So it got to a point where they're like, "Okay, like, screw it, I'm just not even gonna ask or say anything." And now there's just, like, it feels like there's a distance, maybe a wedge between you 2 that's not there, though. It is a little bit of, like, if you loosen up and open up and go, "Hey, I wanna go do this fun thing. Will you go with me? I wanna share. Here's the things I'm comfortable with spending," or, "Here's the budget. We can't go over that." There's gonna be, like, a renewed relationship with the person. It's gonna be renewed, it's gonna feel good. They're gonna be like, "Oh, thank you. All I wanted to know was, like, that you cared," or, "All I wanted to know what was okay with you or not okay with you." Um, it will, yeah, and you'll feel successful when you learn, it's like a lot of your life's journey has been around money and with, like, how to spend it when you feel good, and if it doesn't feel good, how to not spend it. You've just always been, dang it, I should have trusted my intuition and not done that. I didn't really want to give that to them. Or dang it, I wish I did give that to them. Why was I so stingy? So this is going to bring it full circle with like the, hey, look, I love you and I want to have fun. I don't want to spend my money that way while we're on this vacation though. The other person's gonna have a pause like, "Oh, okay, thank you. Is it okay for me to still, like, point out things that I think would be fun?" That's like, I just wanna know that it's okay for me to go, "That would be fun, that would be fun, that would be fun." They'd be like, "Yeah, I like you see things differently than me. I like the ideas, just some of the things I don't wanna spend the money on." Like, "Okay, that's okay, but I just wanna know if I could be, like, creative with it." 'Cause all I can tell you is the other person just kinda shut down because they were like, "Well, they're not telling what they like or don't like. I just know when I ask for something, they don't wanna give it to me. Some drama happens, so, okay, forget it, I'm just not gonna ask." Um, yeah, so yeah, you're gonna feel more confident and you're gonna feel better about like expressing your needs and whatnot. And like life's just gonna like take on a whole new meaning for you. You've got the Fool card, which is the I'm gonna start a new journey card. You definitely just are craving more fun in your life, Aquarius, right now. Um, And just be okay, like, it's okay if the other person wants you to spend money differently than how you wanna spend it, like, it is okay for 2 people to be in a relationship and them to want separate things and for, like, one person to get their way. It's okay for the person to be like, "Well, I wish you would spend your money this way." That is okay. And it's also okay for you to go, "I know, you probably would like that, huh?" I was like, "But this is how I wanna spend it. That's okay, right?" Like, "Okay, cool." Like, so it's like you're gonna learn how to be okay in relationship when 2 people want different things, and it's okay for them to not get what they want from you. They're gonna get it met in a completely different way. Um, it's kinda like this other person just looking for clarity that you do love them, though, and they're just looking for that, like, balance, like, what's okay to reach out and share with them, what's okay to ask for, what's not okay. It's kinda like, I can tell you the other person wants a relationship with you too, though. And it does kinda look like if you do open up a little bit, this person and go, "Hey, I wanna do this thing, it doesn't involve money. Here's where I'm comfortable spending money, here's where I'm not." You guys will start to both of you will start to have a lot more fun and forward movement in life. And Spirit guys wanna say something to you, Aquarius. We're just going to reiterate that it is okay for someone else to think you should act differently and you to not do what they want. They're still going to love you, Aquarius. They're still going to love you. It's kind of time for both of you to stop this standstill. They're doing the standstill of, well, I don't really know if I can like express something I'd love for them to spend their money on or not. You're at a standstill of, no, they got to learn their lesson. You guys can keep the standstill going, or you can just reach out and say, hey, I'd love to go here. Do you want to go? Okay, well, while we're there, I don't mind paying for the travel, the food, and the hotel. But if there's any souvenirs or shopping you want to do, you got to bring your own money for that. Like, I'm willing to pay for the essentials. If you want to do anything above that, like, you got to pay for it. That kind of conversation will bring you two closer together. And most importantly, will get you some more fun in your life, Aquarius. All right, guys, I hope this reading helped you. I'm available for private readings right now, personal sessions. The link for that is in the description. But give me a comment, give me a thumbs up. It's way more fun for me the more interactive you guys are. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Bye.